Hi, I'm Mitchell from DPReview, and this is something interesting. Last year, Fujifilm hit it out of the park with the X100RF, a compact camera with an APS-C sensor and 35mm equivalent lens. It's been essentially out of stock since then, and you still can't buy one even today. This is the GFX100RF, which is something of a follow-up in that it is a fixed lens camera, but it trades out the APS-C sensor for a 102-megapixel medium format one. In front of that is a 28mm equivalent f4 lens. Now, that's a bit slower than we'd expect, and it's a lot slower than a lot of the other compact cameras on the market, especially given that there's no optical or in-body image stabilization. However, compared to a camera like the Leica Q3, the sensor offers something like a stop more light gathering ability in daylight and has a significant increase in resolution. In darker situations though, the Q3's faster lens and stabilization system will almost certainly give it a leg up. With that said, the GFX100RF also uses its high resolution to do a few interesting things. Turn it around and there's a large dial dedicated to changing the aspect ratio of your JPEGs. There are several options ranging from conventional, like 4:3 and 1:1, to more exotic, like the X-Pan emulating 65:24. You can also use the toggle up front to crop in on your images, which effectively lets you shoot at other focal lengths at the cost of resolution and light gathering ability. Hit the toggle once and you've got a 62-megapixel full-frame camera with a 35mm lens. Hit it again and you're using a 31-megapixel region of your sensor that's around APS-C size to get a 50mm equivalent field of view. Your RAW files will still be shot using the full sensor, but these options help you get the shot you're looking for straight out of camera. On that note, the GFX100RF also features the film simulation color modes that Fujifilm is famous for. If you've noticed the RF in the name and were hoping you'd be getting a rangefinder styled camera, or at least the hybrid optical electronic viewfinder from the X100 series, that's unfortunately not the case. It has a standard, though quite large electronic viewfinder, as well as a two-way tilting screen. We still have a ton of testing to do with the GFX100RF, but overall, it seems like it's going to be a very interesting release. Fujifilm has just made a lot of out-there decisions with this camera, and it feels like it may be a cult classic in the making. Stay tuned for that though. We've got more coming up on this channel and on DPReview.com. Thanks for watching. This is like an impossibly nerdy detail, but I feel like most people are going to want to use this camera with the square lens hood just because it looks super cool, but the cap for that is plastic, whereas the cap that you use when it's off is metal. I don't know, maybe this would just be like too sharp if it was metal or something.